Guys, welcome back. This morning, the Asian markets are actually under a bit of pressure. The SGX Nifty, though, has recovered. Now is trading at the high points. Let's see. Things could get quite volatile in our own markets. Our research team is here, though, to give you the list of top 10 stocks as we head into trade today. Anuj, what are you looking at today?
Yeah, Sonia, before that, of course, the SGX Nifty was down yesterday quite a bit. So, if you compare to Nifty future, still showing about 60-65 point downtick at start. But I think that perhaps at least the initial point of view should be to perhaps try to buy it. My belief is the mid caps and small caps, that rally is for real and that rally should continue. A lot of good quality stocks which have fallen are now recovering. Two stocks I'm watching out for. First is HSIL. If you see the kind of volume move that it's seen over the last 2 or 3 days, there's some participation building up on that stock. The other is Orient Paper. There also you saw that. So basically non-F&O stocks where you won't have too much problem of shorting. I think those could be the stocks that you want to look at. So purely going by the delivery data, I picked up HSIL and Orient Paper. Okay.
We'll watch out for that. But as Anuj points out, it's been a good day or a good week for mid-cap stocks last week. Sonia, I guess auto stocks will be the one that we have to watch out for.
Well, largely red for all of the auto stocks. So just to pick up a couple of them, Eicher Motors and Hero MotoCorp reported numbers that were below street estimates. So I expect both those stocks to be in the red today. Just to give you the numbers, Eicher saw a fall of 14% in sales, total sales coming in at 62,630. This is for Royal Enfield. Nomura's estimate was 68,000, so there's weakness there. Hero MotoCorp as well saw a fall of almost 2% year-on-year in sales, coming in at 6.17 lakh units. So, quite disappointing there as well. Inventory levels continue to be very high at the dealer end, and the rural sentiment is still very weak. That's really impacted sales. Even for the ones that grew, it was hardly a single-digit growth. For TVS Motor, it was just 3%. And for Tata Motors, the weakness in medium and heavy commercial vehicle sales continues. So Tata Motors sales, although overall sales were in line with estimates, domestic CV sales were down 5%. Medium and heavy commercial sales were down 18% this time. So I expect all three stocks to be in the red. Tata Motors, Eicher and Hero. For TVS, slightly better, so perhaps mildly in the green.
Okay, well, let's hope so. Abhishek, Central Bank is selling some of its NPAs?
Well, Lata, Central Bank is looking to sell down 4 key stress accounts. So one is Essar Steel, Bhushan Steel, you have Alok Industries and Bombay Rayon. So the total exposure over here is about 3,300 crore, on which the bank is expecting a recovery of 41%, or let's say 1,356 crores. Major haircut is seen in terms of Alok Industries and Bombay Rayon exposure. The bank expects a 100% cash deal on these. So these exposures actually form about 2.2% of the total loan book, and the gross NPA ratio in the previous quarter was at 20.6%. Back to you.
Okay, Abhishek, thanks a lot for that. Lata, some fresh negatives for Jet Airways?
Yes, 2 more planes grounded, and Sonia says that takes it to 25% of their total planes. But more importantly, the conversations between banks is not ending. Every day you get a little bit more. Today we understand again from news reports that they have Jet Airways, as the management has pledged some of its FDs, Naresh Goyal that is, and tried to take another loan of 225 crore to keep things going. The banks as well have not been able to arrive at a consensus, it appears, and that's why you've got reports suggesting that SBI and PNB may be buying up the loans of other banks. Now, all these are newspaper reports. I know for a fact that SBI is not banking on a 66% vote anymore. That was the original expectation. Now they are looking for consensus. All banks have to agree. So to that extent, it's getting pushed back. We don't have a done deal on Jet. So until then, uncertainty may plague.
Okay, and I must also say, I traveled Jet when I went abroad, and I did get a chance to speak to some staff, and they said for 4 months there's been no payment. Yeah, so, that continues to be a problem pocket, that employees have not been paid for so many months. So, problems continue for Jet Airways. But let's move on. Many more stocks in the news this morning. Sonal is here to give us that list. Hi, Sonal. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonia. Well, I'll start with InfoEdge. That stock will be in focus because Zomato, the company in which InfoEdge owns around 26.38%, is selling its UAE food delivery business for around $172 million. Additionally, it will also be raising around $150 $505 million rupees. That is something that we'll be focusing on. Coal India will also be in focus because the production numbers have come up for the month of February 2019. Production is up around 6.5%. Offtake is also up around 3% on a YOY basis. Indian Hume Pipes should see some green today, that because the company has won an order amounting to 187 crore rupees. Moving on, Ajanta Pharma should also see some green because the company has received a drug approval from US FDA. Moving on to Mishra Dhatu, that has also secured one order worth around 475 crore rupees. VST Tiller, so the numbers did not look good for the tractor sales that have come in at 580 units versus 950 units on a YY basis. Even the power tiller sales are not very motivating. Cochin Shipyard, they have signed a contract to deliver around 8,000 mini bulk carriers by December 2020. So that is some positive news flow coming in there. And IRB InvIT will also be in focus because they have completed an Hyderabad tollway project. Additionally, there was a news during market hours, just reiterating it, where SEBI has approved amendments to regulation on InvITs and REITs, and the leverage limit for InvITs is raised to 70% of assets from earlier that is 49%. So that is some positive news coming in there.
Okay. One point that we should be tackling or worrying about would be US threatening to end the general system of preferences for India. Basically, it means 0% duty for those goods. We understand it's about $5.6 billion of exports, largely meat, agri and shrimp exports. Now, the companies that we have tried to get totally out of our research, not checked with the companies themselves, include Avanti Feeds, Waterbase, as well maybe Apex Frozen and Godrej AgriVet. These are companies that our research is throwing up, and we have to wait and see how much of their imports, exports is to the United States. Again, this is a threat, so let's wait and see how things play out, but these should be on your radar.
All right, so here's a quick recap then of our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow this morning. You have names like HSIL, Orient Paper, TVS Motor, Central Bank of India, Info Edge, Coal India, Indian Hume Pipes, Ajanta Pharma, Cochin Shipyard and IRB Infra. While stocks with negative news flow this morning, Eicher Motors, Hero MotoCorp, Tata Motors, Jet Airways and VST Tillers.
Okay.